starting to, he's always been there, but he was starting to cause a little bit of havoc. And the locals were talking about it. So he took a boat, and he went down to this little island of Talisky. And from there, he found out that there was a mountain range dividing the island. One half's an ice, the other half's kind of a scrub plains, cold zone, and there's a large city there. So he was in the city, and he got a lead that a local abbey, monk abbey, got evacuated. They got run out of there by ice trolls. Ice trolls were driven down through the mountains towards the abbey because of something the wizard had done that caused a stir. Went to investigate, cleared out the abbey, met another guy. Remember Drake said the guy was called?
Met him in town at the abbey.
No, but he came along.
Yeah.
His quest is done, so he'll probably vanish because you and Oscar had a place nearby.
Correct.
And that's what they were doing, trying to get information, rumors of what's going on. What's that?
Delbrex was the other.
Okay. So if you'd follow that path, because we don't have 3 guys, so long story short, you charter a boat to the same island, you land, you're met by large barbarian guards. These are big barbarian Norse guys that wear furs and whatnot. And it's a large city. It's not a metropolis, it's a large city, built on kind of like almost a little flatland, then up in a hill, and up in a mountain behind. And that's where there would be a castle and there would be a surrounding wall. And you would just come into the city. At that point, you wouldn't know where we went, what was going on. So what were you guys doing?
Well, we just finished, we were planning on heading north to check out the mage.
Now, you know you couldn't get there. So the island being split in half as a mountain range, half is frozen. You know that there's, from learning from what you were talking with the locals and that, there's no way to access the other side of the island. How the wizard may come and go, we don't know. Through magic or something. So you went on rumors. You heard that the wizard had done some activity which caused the trolls to come over, clear out the abbey. So you took a quest to clear out the abbey. You came back, and things unfolded with the abbey. And the main guy, you guys did your part. You went to bed.
Yeah.
So at that point, you're still looking for information and rumors and any other way to figure it out or get there. You know you got to go west to get there, like on foot.
Figure out how to make sense. Yeah, just thinking about boat to circumvent the island itself.
You would know from that the other half of the island was inaccessible by boat.
Okay.
There's all that stuff.
So we have to find some kind of magic user to get us there.
You don't know. Could be.
That'd be the easiest way.
Right.
Now, from the last adventure, how long does it take for all my stats to go back to normal?
Why? How bad are you? What do you have?
Well, everything has been dropped by at least 4 points, 3 to 4 points.
What did we hit you with?
It was the oozes, I think. No, it was the Ice Wolf guy with the staff. I got caught in his frost thing that I did.
Yeah, it was only be a 24-hour thing.
Okay. Next question.
Yes.
How many days in game has it been?
Cleared out the ninja house
Yeah.
to get him to go back.
And then we teleported out of there.
No, you would have actually, remember how you got there? You got there on foot. You got there on horses and then you walked the rest of the way.
We brought a mage with us.
She never came with us. She was.
So we would have to fly back.
Yeah, they were at the
Right.
end. Yeah.
Okay.
So at least 2 days back
Okay.
to the city, and then
It was a
it
day
was a day by boat.
by boat, and then we did a day to get to the abbey, and a day to get back. So we're looking at least
And
5
you-
to 6
I think
days.
you took a day in there just to get lodging.
Yes, we did do that. So you're looking at a week, 7 days.
"14 days, Elves Bridge Camp, day 21, midnight at Ravenscrag."
So it's day 21.
Does that mean anything?
2 days.
What?
Yep. Oh. So reaching this big metropolis, the
Good
first
night.
thing I'm gonna do is find a tavern.
Okay.
Or somewhere to, lodge while I'm looking for my buddies who came up this way.
Right. So you guys, as he does that, he's coming into the city, he's starting to look around.
I'm gonna be trying to get more information from the guild,
Right.
ways of getting to the north
So-
to check on the mage.
You and Oscar would then leave your tavern and head over to the
Guild.
Guild.
Yeah.
As you get there, someone will, Agath, which I think you might have met before,
I guess it is a cleric from the Luna Guild.
is the cleric, and she will tell you of something that has recently happened. She's gotten a message or word from a western outpost in the hills near the mountains, an elven outpost, that there had been an attack. Alright, so call goes up in the guild hall. She says, looking for anyone interested in investigating the wizard on the other side of the island. A known magic user in this area who is usually quiet, doesn't cause much trouble, but recently has started experiments and riled up the locals in a way that is affecting the island. There is no paid job, she says, for it yet. There was, but Drake killed the guy. So, and she explains that Mentis and Oscar need some people to join them. And of course, the third are mage, halfling mage, Avery.
So the call goes up in the guild.
Call goes up.
Hearing this call and interested in this wizard, what he's doing, I go up and I go to the front desk and I state my interest.
All right.
Okay.
So Lynn will come over and explain, okay, you're a wizard.
The wizard?
All right, she'll say somewhat of magical powers, if you're interested.
What race are you?
I'm Sam Sarin.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It's Sam Sari.
It's on blue.
Has past lives.
That's what Drake is. It's black.
No. Is it?
Mhm.
Yeah,
What's Blackjack of somebody had it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So you're familiar.
I'm familiar with the race.
blue, black hair, 5'10",
A little guy.
running,
A little guy.
160, 150.
I'm used to venturing with much larger individuals, but
Do you need that?
Insult the guy right now.
Yeah, I know. Hey.
So,
they're
hey,
much larger.
You're talking to a guy who's 6'4", 220, and looks like he's made of stone.
Yeah.
my family is as high as we get.
Well, I'm always interested in seeing new abilities that could aid our group. There's only 2 of us so far.
Maybe we should recruit someone else as well.
Oh, we are continuing to look to college gone up. We'll wait for others to join to
Great.
speak if they have an interest.
Hi, sorry, I'm busy reading books.
I look across the room and see somebody doing this.
Do the thing.
Sorry,
I still have spell list and shit to do.
You walk over and there's a guy sitting at the table with 6 books.
You look like you're a very literate person. Would you like to join our group?
Yes. I see you're in need of a mage.
So some people come forward, other people come up and they kind of ask you about it, and they learn that there's no reward involved, like offhand, like
Correct.
still posting gold reward. But you're explaining that your interest, I think, is that wizard may has power,
Powerful
magic
stuff,
items or
yes.
something.
Yeah, this is more than gold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be more beneficial than gold would be.
Uh-huh.
Where a mage is causing trouble, might need to be stopped, and items that we have might be very valuable.
Mhm.
Powerful. Suited for me. And only me.
Okay, me.
But that's like how we're having trouble traversing the mountain pass, or
I'm thinking-
what is the trouble?
I'm thinking, again, it's a very high mountainous range that's very difficult to get over.
Yeah.
I'm thinking with, if all these creatures are coming back, there's gotta be a way to get through it. For them to be able to come this way, there's gotta be a way to get back, but it's something we're gonna have to figure it out. And if they're getting attacked over at this little fort here, or outpost, they gotta be coming from somewhere.
Like, in
So when we
that,
go in there, defend that
area.
outpost, find out what the creatures are, and try and,
Just follow them back. Yeah,
right, follow them back to how they got through.
That's a fair plan.
Ooh, man.
By the way, gentlemen, your names.
Good for you.
Arguing.
Arguing? Arguing or arguing?
Arguing.
Mine is Invictus.
Like this. I like it.
I'm gonna spell it how I think it sounds.
Oh, that's fine.
That's why I did it.
Okay.
So you know, roughly a month ago when I started drinking that stuff,
Yeah.
tomorrow I'm out.
Tomorrow's when the group is leaving. I'm not the one in charge of this adventure. I'm gonna go talk to Agatha to see if she is willing to wait an extra day.
Okay, so Agus will say that she is going to head out tomorrow because she is concerned for her kin, but she'll tell you exactly where to go and that she will meet you.
Sure, the map, so she can show me on the map.
Yeah,
Say a
I was just
day-
gonna say,
A day to the west, there's a human outpost. That's going to be the first place to go. You
Okay.
can get supplies, talk to locals, etc. From there, she'll show you, you're going to go northwest for about a day and a half till you reach the elven outpost in the hills by the mountains.
You said northwest?
Yeah. So you can use Scry based on a description that the locals give you about this wizard, where he is and
You want
whatnot.
to go see if we could wait a day?
Spry
Come back and
will
say
show
we
you,
can Make it to another outpost in a day. We'll just say
A
it's
bed, you
almost
will get
there
an
after
image
day at that
out of it.
outpost.
You get kind of a
Yeah,
little
that's
mountain
fine.
surrounded by snow, has a like a white film of smoke above it. But as it tries to fade in and go in closer to show you more details or more of the wizard, it becomes blurry and disappears as if stopped or rejected.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was pretty sure it was gonna work out. You didn't try.
I got some information.
Yeah.
We didn't know exactly where he was.
But we know that he does exist.
do we need anything before we head out?
Well, there's a few things I was gonna ask, talk to Agatha about as far as the trip.
Yeah.
Is there trees in that long way so we can have wood, or should we bring wood for camping, for fires?
She
I guess
says
if it's a day trip,
this is a traveled route. It's not a road, but
Right.
people go back and forth between the city and the outpost.
Yeah.
So there will be, she says, buildings along the way.
Oh, okay.
Halfway, the half day, or even a full day, there's, depending on which trip you're making,
Mhm.
there's little roadside buildings.
Okay,
where
perfect.
you can hang out.
Perfect. Okay, before we leave, I'm asking Agatha, are we going by foot, or are we?
She says, we can go by foot, or we can, if you want horses, we can take horses, like it's quicker.
I'm good with taking horses myself.
Okay.
And horse carrier.
So we head over in the morning,
Okay.
and we're gonna make way on horse. So we're gonna go along the, what this is like scrubland, so it's like stunted grass, rocks, outcropping cold here and there, but patches of it are not covered in snow and ice. You might get a little bit here and there. So you're gonna go through that tundra type thing.
Question for
Yes.
you, because of past experience, can
Sure.
I get an option to check for traps as far as the bugbear traps that they try to get us
Those
with the last few
specifically,
times?
because
Yes.
you fought those creatures. Now, who was finding them though? Were you, or was that the other guy? Was that
That was
Drake's guy?
Drake's guy.
He knew what to look for. Yeah, I don't think you.
You don't think he would have told us what to look
Well,
for?
he
when
was
said,
very
when he said,
secretive.
"See that trap there? We'll go around it." That's what I'm going with. Fine.
All right, you can roll for it anyway, just in case.
Natural 20.
All right, you do very good scouting in the area. But those guys were fighting you in hills. and this is more open plains. And you
Okay,
don't
I
see
just-
it. They were hiding in bushes nearby the road to
Sure.
get to as well.
Okay.
There's
okay.
not too much of that. There are some bushes here and there, but
Did you take traps? Oh, like just like turn my horse into the back of the bird.
Oh, that's fair. I think you should take the lead. You have better options, better chances at finding things than I do. I'm still gonna keep my eyes open for different critters and whatnot, movement.
all right. So you're gonna go through here and it's pretty plain. It's plain, but you're gonna see in the distance great mountains, hills, great mountains, forests, and everything way off.
Yeah.
You're in like a plains and you're gonna be making your way. You're gonna be going. It's only gonna take you half day. So you're riding pretty quick. As you ride,
So we could get to the Alvin Fort in almost a day then, just over a day.
probably just over there. Yeah, for sure. You're gonna ride for the half day
Yeah.
until everybody will need spot checks because we're gonna see stuff in the distance.
Hey, first time. Spot perception, right?
Yes.
Natural 20.
I got 22.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can see it. 15. I don't even have my stats. Let's tell you.
17.
I'm right here.
I can see the antlers.
You're bringing the elk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were taking the. Oh, okay.
Are you running now?
That's why he didn't need your horse.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
I
he
have
has
a
the riding
giant elk.
Oh, nice. That's
All right. I need four
So,
giant characters.
2 bags of holding.
Giant?
One is full
Oh,
of hay.
large.
Animal.
Large.
Like this?
Yes.
Because I don't have giant character.
Three. And... Nope, that's four.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
Spread
it
'em out.
cheating if I use invisibility greater?
No, no. That's what's four.
Well, open plain, so we can be
Yeah, for
beside
sure.
each other.
Yeah, you'll be all over the place for sure.
We'll be up here, machine scout node.
So you're gonna ride towards
Good.
this human fortress, okay? This is a human fortress that kind of patrols the western lands near the mountains, near the hills down there. And as you get close, you will see activity. You're gonna see very large ice-like creatures moving around, swatting down at a series of Norsemen.
Do they look like the ice type creatures we've already encountered?
These look like ice golems.
Okay, so they don't look like the trolls.
No,
Okay.
they're large and they're swinging. You hear lots of battle cries. You see javelins flying through the air, and you see that out of the fort have come the Norsemen, the barbarian men. They're fighting these things. We're going to say it's a good about 300 feet away.
$54 points of damage.
54 from your axe, which we lose nothing.
Correct.
You take him out, smash him as well.
nice.
One blows up, one just boom, turned into rubble. As combat fades,
What's that? He's out, yeah.
these things fall. Cries go out from people who are wounded as I guess goes around trying to heal people.
It's a good thing I hit all of those, otherwise you'd be pissed off.
I'm going to head towards the actual fort because
Okay.
you said there's breaches in the walls.
Yep.
Have we ever encountered constructs before this night? Is my character? I'm just trying to remember.
You've
What is
encountered,
space with this?
you've encountered.
Oh, that's right. So
Oh
I got-
yeah.
Okay, so I know that something created these.
Yes.
I'm going in to see if there's anything else inside the fort type thing.
Okay.
Like whatever created these.
You go make your way to the fort. There's a lot more of these guys, the Norsemen and whatnot. They're trying to rebuild the wall. They're starting assessing damage. And it's nothing. There's no one in there.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I like go up to the golem trying to salvage anything?
Sure.
Anything salvageable?
I mean, he's chunks of ice.
Oh, it's just ice.
Ice cubes for a drink later, maybe?
That's about it. I don't
Okay.
Prime gold.
It's not much more to him. That's
Fair
pretty
enough,
much
yeah.
all he is.
I don't know about drinking that.
I'm gonna start talking to the people that are starting to rebuild the ladder.
Okay.
Say what happened, like where did they come from?
You're gonna meet a man named Yoden.
Yoden?
Not Yoda.
Jotunheim?
Or a Yojin, which is a frost giant.
All right.
Coated.
And he's gonna say that the ice stones came down from the northwest.
the Elven Fort up there being attacked as well.
Yeah.
He says he hasn't heard word of the Elven Fort trouble, but if his fort's in trouble, theirs most likely would be too. These things came down from the northwest through the mountains and seem to be intent on destroying this fort.